Hey everybody, I am your host Kris, K-R-I-S. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and become a patron. Links below. I'm going to cut this and put at the beginning of the video again because I forgot before I start jumping into this week's topic. Welcome to another episode of my podcast. I don't know if this is episode 4 or episode 5, but I was meant to record it yesterday. And I'm trying to keep somewhat of a schedule. Record every Sunday or upload every Sunday or something, you know what I mean? But yesterday I thought it was Saturday all day long. I was like, man, today's Saturday. What a long week this has been. But it's nice, got to relax. It was way too hot to do anything, so I actually went out and I started mowing the lawn and shit. But I was like, yeah, today's a nice chill day overall. I get to just sit down and mind my own business a little bit. But then 9 p.m. or something hit, and I typed in weather or something, to see what the weather was like. I wanted to see how hot it was because it wouldn't go away. And the first day that pops up is Sunday, and I'm like, why are they giving me tomorrow's weather? Why aren't they giving me today's weather, man? I know it's 9 p.m. The day's basically over, but I want to know what's going down right now. It's then when it dawned on me, it was indeed Sunday, and I didn't make a podcast. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow. Everything will be great. And so I hope y'all forgive me. I know some of y'all actually really like this podcast, which means a lot to me because I enjoy doing it too. And it gives me time, to reflect. And sometimes I'm in the shower and I'm thinking, oh, give me a microphone right now, motherfucker. I gotta say something about this shit right now because I'm gonna flip my shit out. And then I put the microphone on, I'm like, ugh, maybe I shouldn't. I'll come across as an asshole if I start talking about that. But the last week has been rather interesting, hasn't it? We've had a couple of little things. First off, that game Anthem that came out like 4 days ago, basically, is already at like $15. Man, that game dropped. And I'm thankful for every gamer out there that did not buy that shit. If a developer is trying to sell you some buggy, low quality looking shit that looks nothing like they said it would and nothing like they presented it to be, and you don't buy that, you're sending a message. You're saying, hey, listen here, motherfucker. What you try to sell me ain't what was on the cover, ain't what was on the box or in the trailer. You can go to hell for that. I ain't buying it. And they'll complain. Like, game developers will complain. No, not game developers. The gaming companies will complain. The developers, they just want to make their dreams come true. You know what I mean? At least most of them. And they're stuck in these crappy jobs where they have to design. They want to make this medieval game. They're like, oh, I played Dark Souls. I want to make a game like Dark Souls. And then the company's like, oh, cool. You a female character, give her titty armor. It's like, no. We want this to be legit. We want it to look cool. No. Titty armor. Guys love titty armor. Get titty, lots of stomach, metal bikini. Give them that. Star Wars, metal bikini. Give them that shit. It's like, oh, you're ruining my dream, man. You know what I mean? Bunch of 14-year-olds. They be selling the games. But I'm proud of the gamers. I'm proud of it. Not every day I can say that, but I'm glad that game's failing. I love when those fucking games fail. Love that shit. Yeah, burn, motherfucker, burn to the ground. But I hope y'all find work somewhere else. But that's not what I'm going to talk about right now. Something else was revealed. Something else was announced. And that is the Nintendo Switch Lite. I have not watched or really read up on anything about it. I'm going to watch and react to the reveal trailer. At least I think it's the reveal trailer that I got. And we'll talk about it in a few minutes. I do have some interest in maybe not buying it because I already got a Switch gathering dust. Not because I dislike it or anything, because Nintendo hate me. That's a different story. Nintendo hate me. I don't hate the Switch. I want to play your games. Let me play your games. But I'll talk about it in a minute after we watch the trailer. And I do have some ideas, and I do have some interest in at least the way they're going about things, you know, especially this late into its release. What does that hold for future titles? So let me pull this up. You know what? I pressed the wrong button. Hold on. We ain't smooth. We like that crunchy peanut butter and jelly. Ooh. What is that, by the way? Is that literally peanut butter and jelly? Like, is that thing? Isn't that like an American thing? But don't they call jelly Jello over there? So is it like the actual jelly they're talking about when they say that? Or are they talking about Jello? You know what? It doesn't even fucking matter. Here's what matters. Hopefully this turns out alright. I haven't watched this yet outside the first 10 seconds. So hopefully it be good. Asian.
Hi everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, general producer of Nintendo Switch.
Hi.
Players the world over are already enjoying Nintendo Switch and its growing catalog of games. I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each of you. With Nintendo Switch, you can play on your TV at home, detach the Joy-Con controllers to play with friends, or undock the system to take it with you wherever you want.
Shitty ass controller.
You can find your way to play, thanks to the many different playstyles supported by the system.
Oh!
That's the Nintendo Switch you know and love. And this fall, it will be joined by a new addition to the family. Introducing Nintendo Switch Lite. This version of Nintendo Switch is dedicated to handheld play, and as such, it's compact, lightweight, and easy to take with you on the go. The front of the system looks like this. Here's a side view for you, and this is how it looks on the back. Nintendo Switch Lite will be available in 3 different colors.
Nah, I like the yellow.
Yellow,
Pikachu.
gray, and turquoise. Now, please take a look at this.
I love that sound effect, man. That's lovely. I love that shit. Yeah, that just got scratched with how fast he pulls that shit out. Is that a dude? Hey, is that a dude? It is a dude. Oh, damn. The dude in pink, he's the only one with the new Switch though, right? He can't afford the better Switch? Damn, look at her arms. Wouldn't you be pissed off though if you went rock climbing and some asshole was sitting on a bench playing games all day? Don't worry, dear. I'll set up everything. You just sit there and play some games. But what does this mean? I mean, this is already a Nintendo Switch. What's different? And what's the difference I'm looking at? What am I meant to be excited about? You can't detach the controllers? I thought I was playing PlayStation for a second. That didn't tell me shit.
So, how'd it look? With Nintendo Switch Lite joining the family, you'll have an option that's optimized for handheld play. In terms of features, Nintendo Switch Lite differs a bit from the flagship Nintendo Switch system. Here, let me show you.
Alright. Nice.
First off, since Nintendo Switch Lite is a dedicated handheld, it won't connect to a TV.
Oh. Connect to a door?
To make it easy to take with you, the main unit and control inputs are integrated into one piece of hardware. The directional buttons have been swapped out for a plus control pad. In fact, the control inputs are different from the Joy-Con controllers included with the flagship Nintendo Switch system. And so, the IR motion camera and HD rumble features have been removed.
Ah!
That means you'll need additional Joy-Con controllers to play games like 1-2 Switch,
Additional?
which require motion controls. With Nintendo Switch Lite, you can play all Nintendo Switch games that support handheld mode. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and many more can be played. To see if a game supports handheld mode, check the back of the software packaging, right here. Since Nintendo Switch Lite differs a bit from the flagship Nintendo Switch in terms of features, please visit our website for some help deciding which one is right for you. The Nintendo Switch family's newest addition, Nintendo Switch Lite. It's a dedicated handheld, so it's nice and easy to take it with you. It's always more fun to have options. And now you can find your way to play with the Nintendo Switch family of systems.
Do you still gotta charge it in the box? $199. Alright, that's actually cheap as shit.
There's still some time before it launches, but I hope you're looking forward to it. Thank you very much for watching.
That's hella cheap, man. $199 for Nintendo Switch? That's pretty impressive. Alright, that trailer gave me nothing though. What the fuck was I meant to read with that? Luckily, I've planned ahead just in case something like that did happen. Nintendo Switch Lite announced that $199 launches September 20th. Dedicated handheld, smaller, has D-pad, has gyro, no HD rumble, no dock TV output. I also believe it has a better battery life and it has slightly higher CPU or something. I like the yellow one. You know why I like the yellow one? I like the yellow one because it makes me think of my Pokemon Yellow Pikachu Game Boy Color. You know, I don't actually think mine was official Game Boy Color Yellow. Sorry, I don't think mine was the official Pikachu one. I think the official one had like Pikachu's picture on it. But it reminds me of that. You know, I'm like, damn. You know, why wasn't the real Switch the real Switch? Why wasn't the original Switch yellow? I think yellow should be the official color of Nintendo, and should always have a Pikachu on it. He should become the official mascot alongside Mario or Luigi, whichever one that guy is with the fat hat. But looking at it there, trailer gave me nothing. It just showed me a bunch of shit you can do with the normal Switch. It does make me ask a few questions though. Nintendo Switch Lite is coming out, right? For $199 on September 20th, which seems, overall, I think it seems pretty cool. They've obviously taken away features because they want to make it cheaper, and they want to sell it like hotcakes, right? And I don't think many people will give a shit about the controllers being being fused with the rest of the system. You can just buy a normal Switch. It's already cheaper than what's it called? The Xbox and the PS4. You know, you can just buy a normal Switch. So I think looking at it, it seems cool. It seems really cool. But I got a couple of questions. We're pretty late into this generation. Like, this came out, what, 2 years ago? Some people wanted a Switch Pro. I think a Switch Pro was what people were expecting in the majority. I understand there is a DS Lite, and then a 3DS, and then like a 2DS, which is like a 3DS, but not. So what's the difference between a 2DS and a DS? I don't know. But I wanted the Switch Pro myself. I mean, this Nintendo Switch is fine, but if you look at E3, they showed Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, and they said it's in development. They said that it's being made. They didn't give a release date, which to me signals 2 years from release. You know, next year at E3, they'll be like, hey, it's out January 2nd or some shit like that. So, does that mean the Nintendo Switch is going to be around for another 2 years, which wouldn't be a bad thing? But Breath of the Wild 1 seems to have maxed out what the Nintendo Switch is capable of. You got sub 30 frames and a beautiful screen, right? So if you're making a sequel, wouldn't it be better if you waited for the next Switch? Now, I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying if they released a Pro, then that would have been pretty cool in and of itself. You know, they could have announced a Pro instead of a Lite and said the original Nintendo Switch, which is an inferior product to the Pro, is now going to be $100 cheaper at $199. And the Pro is now going to be the price of the Switch when it first came out, and it's going to be a bit more powerful. So, and you know, backwards compatible with all the other games on the Switch, so Zelda will look even better, will play even better, will feel even better. So I was hoping they'd release a Pro. I'm not against the Lite. I think the Lite is cool. But I'm a little sad that with the Lite's existence means we're probably going to have to wait till the Switch 2 comes out. Which, this is totally Nintendo's future, isn't it? Like, this is where Nintendo's going with what they got. There's no way they would be stupid enough to try and make a traditional console ever again. Or maybe they wouldn't even make a normal handheld ever again. The Switch is the future. It's selling like crazy. It's top of the charts every year or every month, outselling the PlayStation 4. And it's fantastic. It's a great little system. It's beautiful. The controls, they're not the kind of controls you want for many games. I was looking at them playing Smash there against the Ferris wheel. I've never played Smash. But if I'm playing a fighting game, even a party fighting game, a casual fighter, I'm not going to be using that goddamn control pad, man. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be touching that shit. You're giving me a fucking D-pad that's all glued together, and they were using the analog stick? Oh, ugh. Hell no. Hell no. Fuck that. But overall, most games, Zelda, Mario, you know, racing games, other games on it would be fun. I'm totally into this. I like the way they're going with it. And Pokemon's coming out soon. Pokemon's going to be fun as hell on that. I'm not big on the new Pokemon game. Giant Gyarados and giant Pikachu and some weird vortex hell portal in the background. I don't really get what that's about. I don't really know how they're trying to fit that into the fucking lore. But the game itself overall is probably still going to be fun. I'd like if they did a couple of different things though coming into this. An NES, SNES app, all their backlog with even Nintendo 64 games and GameCube games. I don't know why they ain't doing that. I don't know why Sony's not doing that. You get Nintendo Switch and you can buy any old Nintendo product game ever. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? You know, how many games would you buy today if Nintendo came out and said every GameCube game, boom, available on the Switch right now? At least the ones to be able to do. Obviously, Capcom would be like, hey, whoa. We're waiting for the Nintendo Switch 2 to re-release Resident Evil 4 for the 50th time. We ain't letting them have it on the GameCube for fucking $5. Hell no. But, yeah, you know, that's a little separate to the whole Switch discussion. I just think Nintendo could could elevate the Switch even higher. Now there is a couple of things here about it that I am pretty excited about. I do like, even though I'm not big on the sticks and the D-pad for everything, I do like that it's fused together. In fact, I think that's great. I don't like the disconnection of the other one. I don't know how to charge it though. Ooh, there's a side-by-side picture. It is smaller. The screen seems smaller. The original screen for the Nintendo Switch is 6.2 inches. And the screen for the Nintendo Switch Lite is 5.5 touchscreen. That's pretty cool. It's smaller. I'm not big on the smaller. I like the big. Battery life on the Nintendo Switch original is between 2.5 and 6.5 hours. The new one is 3 to 7 hours. The Nintendo Switch Lite is 3 to 7. That's really not much to brag about in comparison, but it looks all right. It really does. I want the games though. That's where it is, isn't it? I want the games. The thing is, as far as I know, Nintendo Switch emulators are popping up now, and they're getting pretty good. You're apparently able to play Breath of the Wild on your computer with a Switch emulator at 60 frames and like fucking 4K. And it looks amazing. I don't know if it's flawless start to finish. I don't know if it has a lot of bugs or whatnot. But already with an emulator, by the time Switch 2 comes out, what are you going to be able to do with the Switch emulator? Now, I am very pro emulator. I support emulators. I think emulators are great. But only for older games, personally. Only for older games. PSP got mauled in game software because it got hacked and emulated so easily, and that's pretty fucked up. I don't want to play new games on an emulator unless I already have the game. So if I were to play Breath of the Wild and I went, well, I'm going to play it on PC because it looks better, it's going to play smoother, and I'll be able to maybe even buff it up even more in some aspects. But first, let me buy it for the Nintendo Switch, so I'm giving Nintendo my money. I like that element of it. You know, here's the money, full price. Now I'm going to actually play it on an emulator instead. I like that. I think that's much better. But if it's an old game, if we're talking like PlayStation 1, and, you know, these games are hard to find, or they're easy to find, but $200 for Digimon World? Fuck off. Hell no. Emulate that shit in a heartbeat. That's how I feel about it. But the fact of the matter is, the Nintendo Switch is now able to be emulated to a solid degree, and it's making me think. You know, Breath of the Wild comes out, Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, and if it's on the original Switch instead of a Switch Pro, instead of a Switch 2, then it's going to be limited in what it can do to blow us away, right? I mean, gameplay is key. That's what they're going to focus on. Gameplay is where they're going to change things the most. And that's what really matters. But when it comes to the casual audience, when they see the footage and they see that it kind of looks the exact same, are they going to... I don't know the Nintendo audience, the core audience, as well as I do the PlayStation or the Xbox or the PC. Nintendo have always put innovation and gameplay above graphics, which I totally respect. Their consoles may not be the strongest, but damn, their philosophy is pretty damn great. But you know, when the Nintendo Switch comes out, when the Lite comes out, I just hope that the games and everything still blows people away. Will I get Will I get the Nintendo Switch Lite myself? No, I'm fine with the Nintendo Switch I have right now. I just wish the Nintendo Switch liked me back. Do you know what would be great? If I was able to buy games on the Switch with PayPal without needing a card or some pop-up bullshit popping up. Just make it like it is on the PlayStation and Steam and we're good to go. I do think this is going to sell like crazy. $199, man? This game system is going to blow everything away. It's going to outsell the PlayStation 4 by like 5 to 1 or 4 to 1 at least. No, I'm serious. I think this is going to propel Sony and Xbox to lower the price of the PlayStation and the Xbox. I think by Christmas we're going to have the first real significant drop in PlayStation 4 price. I'm 70% confident, and that's because the Nintendo Lite is going to kick ass. $199, man. That's pretty good. Don't forget, PlayStation 3, when that came out, that didn't sell for anything, not for a long time. It didn't really start selling until 2009 when Uncharted 2 came out and the price dropped. I think it was $299 then. That was like a massive year. And after that, the PlayStation 3 continued to increase in sales year after year. And eventually, when that generation ended, it ended with the PlayStation 3 at 89 million, outselling the Xbox 360 by a hair. So that's pretty wild. So I'm thinking Nintendo Lite are going to be like, dude, 199. PlayStation 5 is coming out next year, maybe. Xbox something, whatever they call it, is going to be coming out next year, maybe. It's now our time to strike and really lay it into them. And now the rest of us, because of the healthy gaming market this generation has had, we are going to reap the benefits of all of this. So even if I'm not buying a Nintendo Switch, I know everybody else is. I mean, you might be thinking, well, everyone else already has a Nintendo Switch. Dude, look at the charts, man. Every month is number one. Even look at systems. Look at it. Look at games. Look at games. You think everyone had a Minecraft game by now, or Grand Theft Auto, or the Hot Wheels game with the football, you know, whatever crappy game that is. Every month, you know, 100 million for GTA 5. You think you'd run out of people, but no, man. There's people out there, and this new Lite system is less gimmicky. It's straight up, here is a handheld game system. No gimmicks, just play your damn games. It's a little bit smaller, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Will we get a normal Nintendo Switch drop in price though? I don't know about that. I maybe if the sales for the Switch starts dropping and they need to pick it back up. But as far as things go, I don't really see a reason fully. I know they're missing a couple of features on the Lite, but if you don't already have a normal Switch, just buy a Switch Lite, because the Switch is for casual, chill out gameplay. You're on the couch, you know? You're laying back, you're upside down, you want to play some Pokemon. You don't really care about everything too much. And if you do, the normal Switch is there. If you do care about playing Mario on a big screen TV, then of course the Switch is there. But I think overall, for the audience the Switch Lite is aiming towards, it's the exact same audience mostly that the normal Switch was aiming towards. So even though it's a little bit smaller and you can't attach it to a TV, it kind of makes the Switch to me, the original Switch to me, irrelevant. It's replaced. It's a better system, but it's not directly targeted at the casuals as much as the other system is, and I don't even think hardcore gamers would care too much. I personally don't care too much. You know, if I didn't have a Switch already and I was like, I want a Switch for my birthday, and someone got me a Switch Lite by mistake, I'd be like, oh, who cares? I got the Switch. You know, it's just how it is. Just how it is. I don't know if the GPU and CPU is better. I think the CPU might be a teeny bit better. In fact, that happens with normal generations anyway with consoles. You'll notice the GPU in like the late gen PS3 is slightly tweaked a little bit better than the fat coffin PS3 that came out. They don't really advertise that. It's more so slight adjustments to keep the later generation games running smoothly enough. I mean, I think everyone has played Uncharted 2 and had the game crash at one point or another or lock up. You know, especially when you run up the temple at the end of the game. That game needs to always lock up for me there. So I think maybe the CPU might be a bit better. And, you know, the smaller screen, I guess that might even make the pixel count tighter, make it look prettier. So who knows? You know, you might look at it and go, damn, this actually looks kind of good. And the smaller console overall does make it even more handheld. You know, the way they were talking about it was funny. They're like, here's the Nintendo Switch. It's now a system that you're allowed to take with you anywhere. You know, it's great. Then the Nintendo Switch Lite trailer comes out. Here's the Lite. You can take it anywhere with you, unlike the Nintendo Switch. And you're like, damn, dude, what the fuck? What do you mean by that? But it makes sense. Because now it can fit smoother into your pocket. Don't put it in your pocket, man. It's going to fall out. If you put something like a phone in your back pocket and you forget it's there, goodbye phone. If you put the Switch in your back pocket, it's going to fall out and crack. Don't do that. But you can put it in your shirt pocket, you know, your jacket or something, your leather jacket, and it fits a lot more smoothly. You know what I mean? Hell, buy the Nintendo Switch Lite and buy the Nintendo Switch normal, and you can have everything. I think that'd be a good deal. You know, if you're a Nintendo fan, if you're big on Nintendo. I do have a few questions. If you do have a Nintendo Switch, are you going to buy the Nintendo Switch Lite? When you see this, how do you feel about it? Is this something that's getting you excited? Is this something that's getting you a little antsy? Are you like, hell yeah to this? Or is your opinion on this negative? Do you have a negative opinion? Are you less than satisfied for this stuff? You know what I mean? I'm going to read some comments now, reactions to this information. The first comment I see is, I'm on Reset Era, by the way, reading these, if anyone knows the website. The first comment is $200 for a D-pad with an emoji, you know? Huh. So that's kind of a negative. I could see why we'd be saying that. Where are all the folks who swore Nintendo wouldn't release a Switch that can't switch? Don't talk to me. Holy shit, fixed D-pad, I want it. Edit, never mind, this seems dumb. No HD rumble, smaller screen. This looks like it wants to fully commit to replacing the 3DS. But how old is the 3DS? How old? The 3DS is dead. Of course you need to replace it. It's trash. It's 10 years old. It's older than that. Fuck the 3DS. It's time for something to come along. Yeah, if you compare it to the normal Switch and you already have a Switch, maybe you're like, you know? No HD rumble, smaller screen, fuck. But if you don't got a Switch, what's wrong with the Switch Lite? Wow, only $199. This guy gets it, you know? Out of fucking nowhere, wow. So if the Joy-Cons break, you can't replace them. Well, the Joy-Cons are attached to the Switch, dude. If you're going to be dropping your Switch, shouldn't you be more worried about everything else breaking along with it? You know what I mean? Like, how many Joy-Cons have you went through? What the hell are you doing, man? It's beautiful. And now I can hack the fuck out of my OG Switch. You see what I mean? This is going back. Some people think emulation isn't all that big. But remember what I did to the PlayStation Portable. Remember what I did to the Dreamcast. It killed those games. It killed the sales of those games. And in turn, it helped kill those consoles. Some people think emulation is more of a geek thing. You know, it's something people do who are computer heavy in their lives and are hardcore gamers. But you know, you go to places like China, that shit's crazy, man. You got 2 billion people who'll hack the shit out of anything, and they'll be ready to play them games illegally. You know what I mean? So it's not technically a Switch anymore. Dude's right. How can it be called a Switch if you can't switch anything? That's the whole point. The Switch was portable, and then it was a settlement. You know? Dude got it right. What game system should it be called then? You could just call it Nintendo DS Revolution, Nintendo Next Gen Stationary, but not stationary because it's mobile. The Nintendo Mobile Lite HD non-rumble feature system. There we go. I like that. It has a D-pad. I honestly, I gotta look at my D-pad on my normal Switch because I'm not happy with how it looks on the Switch Lite. And if people are praising the one on the Switch Lite, then I don't even want to look at the one over there. A Switch that doesn't switch looks cool, but one Switch is good enough for me. That's interesting. How much space is going to be in this? Like gigabytes? Is it 32? Or is that how the games do me? So cute, but no TV connection sounds pointless. Technically, they shouldn't call it a Switch since it doesn't even do the thing the Switch is named after. Oh my god, D-pad. I like the blue and yellow. Sell buttloads with Pokemon. Yeah, you know, that's the thing, my freaking eye. Now reveal the Pro. See, there we go. People want the Pro. The majority of people, at least according to this poll I'm looking at, they still want a Pro instead of a Switch 2. I don't get the point of a Pro now. I think they should just go to the Switch 2 because the way things are looking. So, we'll say Switch Pro comes out next year. 2 years after that, the Switch 2 comes out. Okay, that's cool. But we have to look at the third-party software. Switch Pro comes out while the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox something is wreaking havoc with its new systems, with its new power and the games that come with it. The Nintendo Switch as it stands right now, while it has those third-party games, many of them, it's not like the Nintendo Wii U or the Nintendo Wii where it got the shaft. It has many of the third-party games, but they're not on par. I mean, Maximilian dude, he's a fighting game YouTuber. He did a Mortal Kombat 11 stream on the Switch to see what it was like. And he found that a lot of the combos were dropping and there was screen tearing and there was overall issues having playing Mortal Kombat on the Switch. So, the existence of a Switch Pro could end the existence of third-party software a year and a half from now when all the third-party developers are going to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox something. So what would happen then is you would be back to hoping that Nintendo hurry up and release the next AAA Switch Pro game or a Switch game that takes power or makes use of the Pro's power. And I think that's a waste. I say, now that they decided to go with a Lite instead of a Pro, leave it the way it is. 2 years from now, announce or release the Nintendo Switch 2 and have that be basically the Switch Plus. Only with a hell of a lot more power than a Pro would have, obviously. I want it to connect to a TV. I want to be able to bring it everywhere. Maybe some other things I'm not thinking of. What if it could connect to a phone in some ways? You know? I guess that'd be pretty cool. A lot of people spend time on their phones. I want a better handheld. You know, I think Nintendo, the fucking controllers on Nintendo consoles are like the wankiest of wank ever. So if they get a real D-pad and real analog sticks and stuff, you know, I think that'd be ideal for me. So yeah, the Nintendo Switch replacing the Nintendo Switch Lite is replacing the Nintendo Switch, and I don't think they should have a Pro. I think they should wait until the Switch 2 instead. I think it'd be smarter. Why does the video seem like the normal Switch is the upgrade? Because the normal Switch is the upgrade, dude. This is for people who want an even more casualized investment with their time. a more chilled out run. Like, they were shown the skateboarders and the people walking around. Basically, this is more of a phone than it is a Switch in some regards, in that they want you to carry it around as simple as you do with a phone. They don't want you to carry a bigger system with you, because it's small. The Nintendo Switch is small, but it ain't tiny, man. It ain't. Let me show you this shit. We'll see how big it is. Look at this thing. This thing is huge, right? This is massive. Hey, there's my camera. Can you see my thing? Oh, look at that. That's me. Woo! Man, this is some shiny ass screen. But this thing is massive. This is massive. Look at that. That's the size of my dick. Dude. I'm kidding, man. It's the size of my big black dick. It's bigger than my big black dick over here. Look at that. It's bigger than my microphone. This thing is massive. As far as handhelds go, this thing is fucking phenomenal. I got flower curtains, man. Flower curtains. Look how pretty that shit looks. Flower curtains. Hell yeah. Nintendo Switch. This thing is huge. If you give me a normal Switch, now what happens if I disconnect? How big is it if I disconnect the sticks over here? This is the first time they've been disconnected since I got it. Give me a second. Give me a fucking second. There we go. This is what it looks like without it. That's not too bad then, right? That's not too bad. For size, that's not too bad. Holding this in my hand makes me want to play it. You know? But if you're like, hey man, if you're like, hey dude, you wanna go play some games in the park? You know, this is still a little big. So I can see why you would come at the gamers out there with their... Oh, I don't got the click. Does it have to be on to get the click? Dude, it's shining wizard. Anyway, I can see why you would say this is too big. I can see why you would say that the Nintendo Switch Lite is perfect with the way it is. There's another comment here I found interesting. Has Nintendo said anything about the heat the Lite will generate? One of the things I really didn't like about playing the original Switch in handheld was that it got quite warm to hold after a while, which is incredibly uncomfortable for me. Has this been fixed with the Lite? You know what? I found that to be something I came across myself. I wouldn't say I played it long enough in one session to get to a point where I was like, damn, this is pretty damn hot. But I did figure it to be a little warmer than I expected. Someone replied to him, they haven't said anything, and I don't really think you should expect them to say anything like that. I don't think I've ever seen any manufacturer of any portable device talk about the heat output. Since this device has a smaller battery, but a longer battery life, chances are it's going to generate less heat. Since it definitely still has a significant amount of space devoted to heat management, chances are it's still going to get warm. See, now that's pretty interesting. I think that's something that's definitely a hardcore gamer concern that could be brought up. If it has 7 hours of battery life, and you consider that kind of short, then you're probably on average playing like 4 hours or 5 hours a game a day, or whenever you play it. And I've put maybe at max at a time 2 hours into the Switch. So if it got hotter by double after 4, then I could see that being an issue, and I would hope it would get fixed. I don't know how hot it can get. I don't know how much of a worry it really is. But shit, man. I hope this sells like crazy this holiday, so we can have a better chance of seeing some Wii U games get ported. Is that another thing? Is there any Wii U games that you could see getting ported to the Switch? Is that something that people want? Because in my mind, I wrote this on Twitter the other night. In my mind, the Wii U doesn't even exist. Like, and it was never a thing. It went Wii, Switch, and now Switch Lite. Wii U being there just isn't something that ever pops into my head. Which, it's wild to say that, I guess. It's pretty wild to say that, because the fact of the matter, it did exist and it did have games. And there's probably some games out there a lot of people want. Another person says that the Nintendo Switch Lite is releasing the same day as another Zelda game, Link's Awakening, I think. So there's a day one game that you could buy. I think that's a re-release, right? There's a day one game you could buy with the Switch Lite that maybe you didn't play before, because this thing has brought back so many people to Nintendo that left them. This right here has brought back so many motherfuckers that didn't stick around for all of the Wii, only played it casually, and didn't even look at the Wii U. The Wii U was dead to them, as it was in the sales. So maybe getting some cool ass re-releases like this could be very fun for a day one purchase. $199 with a discount remaster. That's a good damn day for anybody, especially if it's a remaster of a quality game you've never played before. That sounds pretty damn good. A lot of people seem to be pretty mixed on it, though. I don't see a lot of overwhelming positivity for this. This is the Game Boy Advance successor I've always dreamed about as a teenager. I don't know about that. I guess you could say that about any handheld in comparison to the Switch. You know what I mean? You say that about anything. Pointer controls would actually be the most missed aspect of Mario Galaxy HD, I'd assume. Has a lot more to do in the moment-to-moment gameplay. That's pretty interesting. Does this have regular rumble or no rumble at all? No rumble at all, unfortunately. I could see that being an issue back when the PlayStation 3 had the original control pads before the rumble was brought back. The lack of rumble hurt. It hurt like crazy. I didn't like that at all. You know what I mean? I was not able to get accustomed to that. And to me, that made the PlayStation 3 an inferior product from the gate. The second it left, the second it was released, the second I bought it, the control pad was a downgrade in every aspect, and I hated it. And then when the PlayStation 3 finally got the upgrades, I was like, oh shit, here we go, back to normal. Finally back to normal. I mean, PlayStation 4 control pad's awesome, but I guess I'm just an old school guy. I want my start and select buttons back for the PlayStation 5, People are talking about the Vita. Vita's price was amazing, especially compared to the 3DS pre-price drop. Same for the PS4 in terms of hardware prices. Sony hasn't missed in a while. Will be interesting to see what the PlayStation 5 will cost. I mean, we thought it was amazing, definitely great compared to the 3DS, but once you factored in memory cards, which again you have to have, it went up to the price that people were expecting. Yeah, the Sony Vita was... It feels like the Vita was sabotaged by Sony. It feels like Microsoft made the Vita or something, and Sony were like, hell no, we're getting rid of this motherfucker right now. Phil Spencer was like, hey guys, I made a PlayStation PSP successor. I call it the Vita. Isn't it great? You can have it if you want, Sony. And Sony's like, oh, thanks, dude. This is great. Fuck off out of here with that shit. Throw that shit in the trash. We ain't supporting that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to give it a price drop. But we're going to leave the memory cards at like $1 billion. Literally. Fuck the Vita. Not touching that shit. It's like the guy who owns Sony had a grudge against it. Probably hated the name or something. You get that in wrestling. Vince McMahon didn't... if anyone remembers Edge and Christian, Vince McMahon never gave Christian a real... career boost. Never gave him a push, it's called, because he didn't like the look of his face. In fact, Vince McMahon used to get a little blue plastic dot and put on pictures of Christian because he didn't like the look of his face. He was like, nah, ugh. You know? How fucked up is that, man? How fucked up is that? I think he did the same to CM Punk later on. How fucked up is that? So it's like Sony looked at the PlayStation Vita and went, ugh, where's that blue dot? Get out of here. We don't know this thing. This ain't for us, man. And you know, that's the big benefit that the Nintendo Switch has, in that it's going to get support. Even if the third party support isn't the greatest, if the Pro came out, the Nintendo Switch will still have support from Nintendo. At least for a while. They seem to drop their consoles dead when they get bored of them. As soon as the next one comes out, it's like, it's dead. Yeah, overall, I don't know if there's anything else to talk about on the Switch right now. If there's anything else we could really see. It's funny to think back of those times when 300 was considered dead on arrival price tag for the Switch, since it is selling at a record-breaking pace with the same $300 price tag. So the Switch Lite comes out, $199. What would happen with the Switch if it was dropped to $249 at Christmas? If it's not already like that in some places. And how fast will the Nintendo Switch Lite drop to $99 or $149? Now that's when it's really going to kick off. I mean, dude, if the Nintendo Switch came out at the same time as a PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 wouldn't be the king it is right now. I can guarantee all that. It wouldn't. It got lucky. It got real lucky. I mean, its competition was a $100 more expensive and weaker Xbox One at the time. And while Sony have made great with the exclusives and some of their partnership deals, which are kind of shady, but the Nintendo Switch came out at that point the way it is now, and then we got the Nintendo Switch Lite like a year ago instead. People were saying Nintendo should go third party. Let's not forget that. People were saying they should go third party. Mario should be on PlayStation. Mario should be on Steam and Xbox. People were saying that Nintendo Switch was not going to sell because it's a gimmick and it has no power and it's expensive for it being so weak. Dude, we don't know shit. We don't know what the hell we're talking about. We can make all the assumptions we want, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, Nintendo have been around. Nintendo are the reason gaming exists today. And they are going to continue on kicking ass. And it's going to be fucking fabulous. And I, for one, I'm in full support of this. I'm not going to get the Switch Lite because I already got a Switch. But, dude, if I didn't, this looking at it is tasty. It's a tasty treat. I'm liking this shit. I'm surprised the discussion continued into 125 pages. It's unheard of when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 Pro hardware announcement were revealed. Yeah, you know, Nintendo are big. They just keep going. It's a Swiss Army knife. It fits whatever argument you're trying to make. I mean, it's kind of a one-horse thing, trick pony now, right? Why is there no pre-order for any store in the US as of now? Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, but we saw how that all changed when the game got on the hardware that people wanted. Yeah, sales are going to go up. If they do bring out Wii U games, if they do port them over, sales are going to go up. I can see a lot of these awesome games are going to blow a lot of people away. You know what I mean? Pokemon, I think Pokemon is going to... when's Pokemon out? Like, what day is Pokemon coming out? When's the next one that is being released? Sword and Shield? Where is Sword and Shield? Let me see, can I type this with my foot? Sword and Shield. Ah, shit. November 15th. Dude, if they could move that up, that would be crazy. But that's unlikely to happen. The Switch Lite coming out for 199, right? And what's the other one? The Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out for $60. We'll say 60, because that's going to be 260 overall. That's like buying a Switch. So if you don't got a Switch yet and you're looking at the first real Pokemon game, we had Pokemon Let's Go, but this is the next generation. This is the system. If you don't got a Switch yet, this is where you go to for the price. You get the game, you get the system. You still have money left over. It's fucking awesome. This is where you go. This shit is going to destroy PlayStation. Shit. Okay, I'll check the comments one final time before I end this discussion. We're going around in circles a little bit. I apologize for that. This is, I'm saying a lot of things, but also saying a lot of nothing, because I didn't really write down anything. I wanted the reveal trailer to be my first experience with you guys. The GameCube was actually behind the Xbox in terms of power. Man, that's true. But could you imagine if Resident Evil 4 was Xbox original exclusive? How pretty the ports would have been. Aw, shit, man. Xbox original, they had, is it Battle Steel Battalion? Is that what it's called? Where you had this like big ass controller. I've never wanted to play a game more as a young teenager during that era as I wanted to play that. Looking at that, like, oh, I want that. I want a keyboard filled with buttons. A keyboard basically with like a fire extinguisher button and all this other stuff, and just this big slow clunky robots. I love clunky robots. I don't like big ass robots that are doing backflips. I love clunky shit, you know. I like when their weight is really a factor in their movements. I want them to be, you know, trying to lift up the fucking 3-story tall machine gun. And I want it to be felt when they're moving it. Boom, boom. Steel Battalion? Hell yeah. Except you said no gimmick except the analog with reads as a downplay. The analog sticks was considered a huge gimmick at the time, on par with the DS having 2 screens. I'm still dumbfounded that they couldn't get this to dock, even as an optional accessory. Like they went out of their way to remove it. I doubt it's 16 nm, even the docked clocks would require active cooling. I don't know anything about that. I have no knowledge to that degree. When it comes to hardware, I'm a lightweight. Nintendo Switch Lite, how much did the 3D cost when Pokemon came on it? $179 for 3DS. So that's actually a pretty big deal, isn't it? We're down to handheld hardware prices. Nobody should ever be mocking any gimmicks Nintendo does with their controllers. They may seem to have not invented all of it, but they popularized it or pioneered it. Practically everything built into modern console controllers. The DS with the NES, triangular buttons with the SNES, shoulder buttons with the SNES, analog stick with the Nintendo 64, triggers with the Nintendo 64, rumble with the Nintendo 64, wireless with the GameCube, motion, eye, or gyro with the Wii. Damn. When you say it like that, dude, talk about Nintendo not having power all you want, but they put their shit together. You know, you give them some toothpaste and chewing gum and they're going to make a Christmas tree. You know what I mean? Pretty crazy. Back on the Vita reaction versus Switch reaction, it's worth noting that the extent of Vita's underclocking did not come to light until relatively recently. It had the same chipset as the iPad. Man, what the fuck you on about? Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the Nintendo Switch Lite on the PlayStation. From Nintendo, one of the biggest gaming companies of all time, if not the grandfather of gaming. At least the ones that are remaining. You know, the guy who made Pong, he didn't really have a company, did he? And all those other dudes. This is a beautiful piece of hardware that I adore. And there's my unpainted wall. Because you only need the green screen for the back, man. You only need the green screen for the back. I think if you are a Nintendo fan and you already have a Switch, I don't think you're going to buy it. But if you don't have a Switch, I think this is going to be something that you're going to want. And I feel like this is going to be the hottest thing this Christmas. It's going to sell over... What's the usual? It's going to sell over 1 million. Easy. Units, it's going to sell over 1 million. The PlayStation 4 will probably sell something like 700, maybe 900. We're winding down. Xbox One will be between 5 and 6. Over 1 million. Lite, no problem. That thing is going to sell. Both the original Switch and the Switch Lite are going to outsell the PlayStation 4 this Christmas. That's how big that's going to be. And you know, dude, Black Friday sales and all that shit. Nintendo Switch for fucking 160, 150. Massive. There's no way in hell this thing is not going to be a juggernaut. But that's all I got to say about it. That's all I'm going to say about it right now. I'll probably talk about it more in the future someday. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild. But yeah, other than that, man, what am I up to? I've been playing some games in my own time. I want to, if you don't know, if you are someone who's new to my channel and watch my podcasts, I'm a Let's Player and a streamer. And I used to do normal Let's Plays without camera, and I didn't stream very often back in the day. But these days the views aren't as good for a magnitude of reasons. Main reason is if you look on Google Trends and you type in playthrough and walkthrough, you're going to see, I'll put the image up, you're going to see a big spiral down over the last 2 years. It just goes, it starts up here, it's like right there, and it goes all the way down. So people aren't Googling walkthroughs. People aren't looking up playthroughs anymore. You don't want to hear commentary in video games anymore. It's a fad. It's a gimmick. It's gone. You're done with it. And there's no point in me making content for people who don't want to watch it. However, I'm a stubborn bitch, and while I am going to have more live action videos, especially when I get a phone, I'm going to make more reaction videos about stuff like this, and I'm going to more spontaneous topics that I won't wait till the weekend to talk about. I do miss my traditional camera-less gameplay videos with commentary. So I'm going to get on that real soon. I have one game almost complete. I haven't played it in 2 months, but I need to get back to it. And then I'm going to get into Silent Hill 2, Fatal Frame 2, and Tenchu 4. I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. So those are going to come soon. When I say soon, I mean 2019 they're coming, hopefully. And on Twitch, I will continue my casuals and my fun and my endless replays of Resident Evil. But I have a couple of ideas I want to change about the channel, and hopefully it goes well. I'd like to be able to get a little sponsor or something for the podcast. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I don't think I got the views for it, man. Because if I'm like, hey, man, here's some drywall, buy some drywall, you know, because it's sponsored and I get paid if you go off and you buy some drywall. And I don't got the views where I'm going to find someone sitting there going, damn, I need some drywall. I'm going to buy some drywall off the link Kris is submitting. Yeah, let's do that shit. You know? And I was also thinking maybe someday I have a little bit of a t-shirt. That's what I want to know from y'all. If I designed a t-shirt, now when I say I designed a t-shirt, I mean I would actually design it because I want to. I love art. I like drawing. If I did design a t-shirt and you liked it, would there be a chance you would buy it? That'd be pretty cool, I think. I have a couple of ideas, a couple of fan little projects. I have 1 or 2, you know. I do have a little rant. I'm not sure I should do it. I got a little rant. I don't want to be negative. The Nintendo Switch talk was really positive. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great, but I do got a bit of a rant. Somebody, I came across another thread, another topic. Somebody said that Devil May Cry 1 was outdated in gameplay. That pissed me off. Because when people say something like that, they're talking in general. They ain't talking about the finer points. Devil May Cry's gameplay is outdated in comparison to Ninja Gaiden. You know Ninja Gaiden 2 or Ninja Gaiden Black? Alright, fair enough. You can say that. But if you're saying Devil May Cry's gameplay is outdated in general, as of 2019, as of current year, fuck you. Fuck you. Hell no. Not in a world where people will call God of War 4 the greatest action game we've had in a decade or ever. Not in a world where that exists. I'm not trying to shit or single out God of War. I'm using it as an example. There's no way in hell Devil May Cry 60 frames, smooth ass gameplay in comparison to the overall action genre is outdated compared to slow ass throwing shit button bashing without even looking at the screen and winning God of War 4 at 26 frames a second. There is no fucking way that is called the greatest action game, and then the same person gets to turn around and say Devil May Cry 1 is outdated. Ain't working like that, man. Ain't working like that. You know what I mean? Not in a world where Assassin's Creed and its combat gets praised. Hell no. Not in a world where that happens. Not a chance. I will not allow it. I love Devil May Cry 1. Devil May Cry 1's fantastic. Devil May Cry 1, still the best Devil May Cry game. As far as I'm concerned, still the best. Now, is it outdated? Yes. It has been replaced and it has been improved upon. Even Devil May Cry 2 had a better and more fun, like, jumping system. Jumping around in DMC2 is fun as hell. Doing backflips and stuff. Jumping off wall. Doing like a mid-air jump and doing flips and shit. It's fun. If Devil May Cry 2 was called Trampoline Simulator, that game would have been fucking great. You know what I mean? But Devil May Cry 1? Like, what other games, man, are out there that you could say that it's outdated against? You know? And they're Western games, too. They're Western gamers that keep saying this shit. They'll go back and they'll play these older games, and they'll talk shit about them, and then they'll turn around and they'll be like, yeah, you know, Uncharted has the best shooting mechanics ever. Uncharted 4 is the best game of the last 10 years. And you're sitting there and you're like, bullshit. Bullshit. I haven't played Uncharted 4 yet, but I played Uncharted 2 and 3. And I'm telling you, if Uncharted 4 didn't improve upon those loose ass controls where you go to lean against the corner wall, but it fucks you over and makes you lean against the side wall instead and you get shot to shit. Hell no. Not a chance. There's so many. These motherfuckers, these are the guys who will look at a game like Grand Theft Auto 1 and call it outdated. Damn. I can't go back and play Grand Theft Auto 1. It's outdated. We've evolved from then. But then you look at and you point to them, wait, Hotline Miami is basically Grand Theft Auto 1 without cars. And when people say GTA 1 looks outdated, they're not talking about the cars. They're talking about the top-down bird's eye view and the little dots running around. That's Hotline Miami. Hotline Miami comes out. What happens? Everybody praises it. Every fucking reviewer on the planet who, for somebody, you know, I fucking hate reviewers. That's a different thing. I'm going to get into that in a second. But they'll praise it. It's like, apparently, because the game is old, because a game's a couple of decades old or a couple of fucking minutes old, it becomes okay to say a game is outdated. Even if the gameplay of the old game is still more solid than the newer game that it presents. Even then, you know? And they don't even consider using that game's original gameplay in the context of the game it's in. You say Devil May Cry 1's gameplay is outdated. You're playing Devil May Cry 5, you're like, I can't go back to Devil May Cry 1 because the gameplay, specifically the gameplay, is outdated, right? Okay, well, what happens if you get Devil May Cry 5's gameplay and you put it into Devil May Cry 1? I'll tell you what happens. Crap. It's no good. In Devil May Cry 5 is no good because you're overpowered as hell. You're playing as Dante with a motorbike, everything dies. Instantly. Dead. Everything's screwed. You kill them all in seconds. Now, you've always been a little overpowered in Devil May Cry games, but at least in DMC 1 and DMC 3, you know? And even with Nero in DMC 4, you had to fight for it. Yeah, you're a little overpowered, but you gotta know what you're doing. You sleepwalk through DMC 5. Love DMC 5. Could have done without the women being devalued down to nothing but sexual objects. You know, you put 3 dudes in the game. One of them some fuck ugly dude that looks like he should be in the Ramones. But, still a great game, you know what I mean? But if you put DMC 5's gameplay in DMC 1, it's trash. Look at Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. MGS 1, best game ever made. Easy game though. Twin Snakes, even easier. You go in first person mode with the exact same layout as the PlayStation 1 game that didn't have first person shooting, and everything's dead. You know, it's like playing on ultra easy. You may as well just be watching the cutscenes on YouTube. And if you're going to do that, you know, just watch and play the original Metal Gear Solid. Don't touch Twin Snakes. You know, if it's the only option you have, no, don't touch Twin Snakes. Don't touch Twin Snakes. But, you know, that annoys me. Because you have all these crappy games that are getting praise from the reviewers because of graphics. Graphics are a huge deal. People will look at graphics and they're like, man, I love me some graphics. Look at it. Look at the snow, man. You can walk around the snow and all these footprints and they don't disappear right away. They're there. They're like 2 feet deep. This game's awesome. It doesn't matter if the game's a stick figure. At the end of the day, gameplay is what matters first, right? E3 and all these, they're nothing but graphics showcases. And we're at the point with diminishing returns where I think graphics need to go away as a vocal point. Graphics need to be done with. Leave. Because there's not going to be a jump between Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2 ever again in terms of sheer shock. We're not going to get God of War 5 blown us away when God of War 4 looks amazing already. We're going to be like, damn, that's a nice increase. Looks good. But we're not going to be watching that trailer over and over again going, shit, man, I can't believe this thing actually exists. Because we already got moving mouths. We got wrinkles. We got hair. We got eyes that blink. You know, we got wink. You know what I mean? When Uncharted 4 first popped up and they showed Nathan Drake's fake render that they used, and he had like a chest hair and stuff, people were like, no way, PS4 is the best. And some people were like, nah, it's not going to look like that. And they were right, it didn't exactly look like that. PS5 might. But jumping from Uncharted 4 to PS5 with that render, I'm not going to be blown away. Gameplay is what matters. And gamers and developers and reviewers are all focusing on what graphics look like. And then they go back to these older games and they're like, man, look at this outdated game. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, name five games of the hack and slash and melee action genre that has been released in the last 10 years or 5 years, PlayStation 4 generation, where Devil May Cry 1 could be seen as outdated. I mean, on a whole, in terms of gameplay, yeah, DMT5 is superior. But you know what it doesn't have? It doesn't have bullshit color-coded garbage like DMC Devil May Cry 5. It's a smooth 60, or at least close to it. And it's more freedom than God of War 4. You know? Ninja Gaiden Black or Ninja Gaiden 3. What was it called? That one? The third one that killed it? That killed the franchise. That game stuck so bad. But DMC 1's is called outdated. I don't like that term. I don't like it. Because we still exist in a world where many games haven't reached that. You know, go back to Assassin's Creed. Like 50, 100 Assassin's Creed games. Not one of them have the gameplay to match Devil May Cry. So what are we getting at here? You know what I mean? That annoys me. Use a different word. You could say something like, man, going back to Devil May Cry after playing future installments of other hack and slash games is a little tough because of the slower gameplay and the style change in overall the main functions of it. You know what I mean? That makes sense. But when you say outdated, it reminds me of what people used to say with Resident Evil. They used to say Resident Evil 4 was necessary because it was an evolution over Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. Resident Evil 4 is not an evolution. Resident Evil 4 is a genre change. They went from survival horror with a focus on puzzles, dodging enemies, and conserving ammo to focusing on killing bitches, less on puzzles, and more on style. That's a genre change. Resident Evil 4, amazing game, but it ain't a classic Resi game. People would fucking defend that shit to the grave. No, it is an evolution. But then Remake 2 comes out in January of this year, and what do we see? We see classic Resident Evil with modern video game functions, gameplay mechanics, and elements of Resident Evil 4. But it's a survival horror. So when you go from Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, 0, and Remake to Remake 2, it feels natural. When you go from all that to Resi 4, Resi 5, Resi 6, it doesn't feel natural because it's a genre change. It's not the same. So you're comparing apples and oranges, but you're calling the apples outdated and crap because of it. Makes no damn sense to me. I don't like it. Don't like it. Other than that, you know, I guess this week has been kind of slow. I guess this week's been kind of good. I'm gonna check my notes here to see that I write anything interesting down. A article was written, and this is actually very connected to the Nintendo Switch Lite discussion that we were having. An article was written earlier this week by we ain't gonna promote these guys. Fuck off. An article was written earlier this week by dudes saying the PlayStation 5's focus on hardcore gamers is going to have the PlayStation 5 dead on arrival. Let's talk about why that's stupid. Focusing on the hardcore. So PlayStation 5 probably going to be expensive. We gotta admit that. We gotta agree with that. We gotta accept that. PlayStation 5 probably gonna be $500. Same with the Xbox, which means fucking Nintendo Switch Lite is gonna maul that system so bad. And Switch 2, Jesus. But PlayStation 5, $500. We'll say that, right? Sony have said they're focusing on the hardcore. Now, this is exactly what they said they were doing with the PlayStation 4. But at the time, they were also focusing on indie developers. Now they seem to have dropped the indie developing thing. But here's the thing. Sony has always focused on the hardcore. Sony have focused on the hardcore since the PlayStation 1. Their games have always been cutscene heavy when they're making them. Have always been trying to push things in new ways that hardcore gamers might like. They've always been trying to focus on bringing the next step in gaming, be a a visual and sound point. Now we're getting better sound, and we're going to get probably the best graphics of the next generation, at least according to leaks of what people have been saying about the next Xbox and the next PS5. To say that the PlayStation 5 is going to be dead on arrival is another bad choice of words that pisses me off. Now, this could be seen as a clickbait title, which is why I'm not going to give them any promotion. But to say something so stupid, the PlayStation 5 focusing on hardcore means dead on arrival. To me, the PlayStation 5 focusing on hardcore means that we are going to get games that are absurdly good looking, that everyone's going to look at and go, damn, we need to buy that. Just like they did with the PS4. Yes, more expensive, but with the power that's coming with it, we ain't living in the recession right now. The PlayStation 3 got fucked over by that. We're not living in a recession right now. And certainly not one as close as the late 2000s. And we're not going to get a system that's as pricey as the PS3 was. There's no way they're going to make it 600. Not a chance. So $499 hardcore gamer price, that's going to come out. Then you're going to see the first games on the TV, and you're going to go, okay, $499 seems reasonable. When you put all that together and you go with the history. Now let's talk about the regions Sony control. Sony control Asia. Nintendo's massive in Asia, huge in Asia. You can't go anywhere. Oh, sorry, not in Asia, Japan. From what I've heard, in some Asian countries, Nintendo's not actually that big. They have to use the US Nintendo store to buy games, for example, which is pretty crazy. But Sony is massive in the home hardware sphere. Nintendo has always had handheld game systems, but Sony has the home console. Then you have Europe. Man, if you're American, you probably don't know it too well. We love our PlayStation over here, dudes. We love that shit. The closest you'll come to an opposite opinion is maybe UK, England. Other than that, you're getting 7-1 in Germany and like 6-1 in Italy. And when Gran Turismo comes round, damn, dude, you want to talk about long legs? Outside of like Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo games, they survive. You don't hear about that. You don't hear about it. Gran Turismo comes out, it's selling all the time. But you won't see it because no one talks about it. Then at the end of the fucking generation, you're looking at what are the top selling games and you're like, the fuck is Gran Turismo doing at 14 million? What the when did this happen? You know, it comes out of nowhere. Europe loves PS. We're not going to suddenly go to the Switch. We're not going to suddenly go to the Xbox. As soon as the Xbox lost their footing, they all went back to PlayStation. To say that we are not going to allow a 500 system to sell well is wild to me. Doesn't make sense. Here's what you got to do though. If it is 500, that's a big deal. That is a big deal. I'm not trying to downplay the price. That's a horseshit price. That's a lot of money. I won't be able to buy that day one. I'll tell you that much. You guys will have to buy it and beta test that shit for me. Work out the bugs. If it is 500, they're going to have to come, for me, they're going to have to come out with a system seller that we already know. Like, I'm talking like I mentioned God of War. God of War 5 has to be announced. At least we have to have a showcase at E3 or something, or even a title card. God of War, boom, there we go. Next thing, we're going to have to get either a successor to Uncharted or a replacement for Uncharted. As long as Naughty Dog's name comes up, you know, that's good. No knack, no Resistance Fall of Man, no nothing like that. We need established franchises being announced day one. I want to see the next big game on the PlayStation 5. Now, the other thing that for me, I know the normal gamer doesn't care too much. But for me, backwards compatibility. I'm not just talking about the PS4. If you give me PS3, if you give me PS2, if you give me PS1, dude, I will fall in love. As a streamer, I know that makes me a very small minority. You know what I mean? As a streamer and as a Let's Player, even though I already have a PS2 perfectly working right there, it's not plugged in. Basically, it's a hassle. PS2 can play PS1. So I have a PS1 also. And I have a PS3 and I have a PS4. But as a streamer, if I can get all that into one system, I'm going on eBay and I'm buying so many PS2 games and PS1 games and some PS3 games. And I am going to stream the fucking library in completion of every system. That is what I'm going to do. If the PlayStation 5 has backwards compatibility for more than just the PlayStation 4, that to me is better than the graphics upgrade. It really is. That to me is like, that's a whole generation leap for me, man. In terms of hype, I have a stack of games over there I'd like to play again that I don't play. You know, I'm like, oh shit, dudes, PlayStation 5 can play PS2? Hey everybody, welcome to part 1 of Black on the PS2. This is one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. You know what I mean? Cool borders. Let's play some cool borders today. Just like fuck them all in. You know? Hopefully it has a disc tray and I can put the discs in, because that might be an issue. Because Sony suck at the digital library. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that, but it sucks. But if I can get discs, dude, I guess that's the whole point of the backwards compatibility, because then you could say the PS4 is backwards compatible with PlayStation 2. But that ain't the case. But to say that PlayStation 5 is dead on arrival because it's focusing on hardcore, dumb. You're dumb. Just give me a AAA game from day one. AAA game from day one, necessary. Show Naughty Dog the name, the logo, pop up at the reveal. What? Oh, there we go. There we go. At the reveal. Show it at the reveal. Show a screenshot. Show a pre-rendered non-game that won't even look like that in the final demonstration, and it will work. Like Heavy Rain did back in 2006 with the girl talking about the shit that was going down, who turned out to be a hooker. You know? Show her on PlayStation 5 hardware. Bam! That's it. Give me Alan Wake 2. That's it. That's another thing. Alan Wake's IP has been bought back or something. So technically, there's a chance it's coming to PlayStation 4. It can come back to PlayStation 4. That's going to be pretty big. Alan Wake's a great game. Repetitive as shit. Really hurts the chance of a replay. But if you're giving me trophies and you're giving me an easier access than setting up my controller on my PC, then Alan Wake. But I'll just leave it at that for today. I guess the highlight of the stream, or whatever this is, the podcast, was talking about the Nintendo Switch Lite. This is a beautiful handheld I will not be getting rid of anytime soon. I don't got any games for it really, but I'd like to get some sometime soon. I think I'll play Breath of the Wild myself someday. It's beautiful. I love looking at it, and it seems to have... the only thing I don't like about Zelda games is the puzzles. I know that's probably blasphemy, but I don't like the puzzles. Just for me personally, I don't like it. And I want to play as Zelda. I want to play as Zelda. Zelda's ass, man. Anyway, if you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and become a patron. Links below. I'm going to cut this and put at the beginning of the video again because I forgot before I start jumping into this week's topic. And if you did enjoy it, then, please come back. for more. And if you can, it would be great if you would watch these podcasts without without ad block on for my channel. That would be amazing. You know, watch a 5-second ad. That actually adds up for me. So that will help me get some more stuff in the future. And tell me if you'd ever buy a t-shirt if I was to design one. You know, like a limited edition. Just throw it out there. Do you want it? No? Alright. And next week, we'll see what we got to talk about. Maybe I'll talk more about the Switch. Maybe we'll talk about something else. You know what I mean? But this has been my podcast. I love doing these. And I was stuttering a lot today. I don't know why. I think my brain's a little on the downside right now. You see how closed my eyes are? Yeah, there we go, fucker. Wake now, man. Yeah, I've been stuttering and fumbling my words a lot in this podcast. I don't like that. Because this is all about audio. But what can you do? What can you do? I'll see y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day. Tell me what games you're playing. And damn, we got some good shit coming in the future. Oh, for all those Tenchu fans, I think I'm going to stream a Tenchu run getting Grandmaster on every level of Tenchu Stealth Assassins. So if you want, then follow and subscribe to my Twitch channel. Links below. And I'll see you there sometime soon. So I'll see y'all later. Good night. Enjoy. Fade out.